We anchored from the usual tree and began to rappel into the cave. I went down first and got my gear together while B came down. What's the saying with caving? If it blows, it goes.
Like if there's
you can feel air coming.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think it means like, oh, there's an exit, like air is coming through a different side and exiting out here. So I think that, if it blows, it goes. Or if you just want to get your cock sucked in a cave, then you can just say it blows, it goes, which would be nice too.
That's true, I guess. I would be a little worried about what is doing the action.
Just you and your boys, dude.
The people you bring in with you. That's fine. I thought you meant if you find something in a cave.
Me and B going down to the cave and having a dark suck.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried for your intentions with me that every story we come across that involves two male characters, you always take in that direction. I'm
going to get you a Christmas shirt. It's just going to have a giant bee on it.
Oh, no.
Hey, B.
Okay. All right.
Get you a shirt that says B and a flashlight. That's what I'll get you for Christmas.
Hey, Hunter, what are we doing in the cave?
Ah! Just a little suck and fuck, brother. Just a little suck and fuck.
Okay. All right. My mom texted me the other day. She's like, I started listening to CreepCast. And I'm like, oh, no.
No! We start screaming.
No, please. It's not that we think there's going to be something great beyond the passage. We just like the idea of being the first humans on the face of the planet to set foot in a virgin part of the cave. Although, if we found a hidden treasure, that would be fine with us.
You got to throw the hidden treasure stuff in there, right?
Of course.
I feel like that has to be a thing that people don't care about. When you were younger, when you used to play around, did you hope that you would stumble upon some kind of money, like gold or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you come across a chest.
I feel like that has to be lost in these younger generations, dude.
Yeah, the kids don't know. Kids with their TikToks and their iPhones ain't looking for pirate treasure no more.
They don't look for pirate treasure anymore. They're just too worried about TikTok dancing and changing sexualities.
I tell you what, Obama's America took the treasure maps away from us.
They took the treasure maps away. They took the treasure maps away and made people want to be dogs.
What has this country come to?
If only McCain would have won the election.
Back when I was a kid, you go out with your buddies, and then Jerry gets bit by a copperhead, and he died out in the woods like a man.
Yeah,
you get hooked up on dialysis and live for 40 years?
Yeah, exactly. You either get bit by a copperhead, or you and your buddies do some things that you keep some secrets to your grave.
You and your buddies go out there, you find your dad's moonshine bottle, and you make some mistakes.
Yeah,
like good Christians. You don't tell nobody except your assistant pastor, then you don't go to that church no more.
Well, we call it mistakes, but really they're happy accidents.
There's some happy accidents. That's what I tried to tell the assistant preacher. He got me out of that church. As a matter of fact, he threatened to register me with the state of Illinois. So that's why I told the family we were moving out of Detroit because the business was gone in the region. That's why we're down here now.
Right.
But I'm just saying that is the kind of hard. No one wants to work anymore. Okay, so that's why this country's brought us to.
Sometimes the cucumber tastes better pickled.
So how? Well, my head's like, what does that even mean? And the other half of my head's like, just don't think about it too hard. Like all I'm saying is that if it wasn't for the liberals running this country, we would have real men built on work like that. That's all I'm saying.
This is a random thought I'm having, and this is just completely random. Is how many people do you think when they were palling around with their buddies, just walk around a creek, you're like, oh, I think I see a coin. How many times do you think somebody just murdered their friend just out by the creek?
I mean, I don't think it was that many, but over a coin, one coin.
No, not for a coin. I'm just saying like undiagnosed rage or something.
You're saying how many murders never got reported?
Sure. Yeah, but specifically with boys just being boys and hanging out. Right. I mean, I'm sure that kind of thing happened. I mean, there are plenty of stories of look at the number of missing kids back in the 1920s on. Right. It's like, okay, not all of those are actually missing, right. Right.
Like a few of them had to be like, oh, Johnny, you want to go on that rope swing today? And Bob never comes home. So
kind of scary to think about, huh?
I mean, yeah. There's. Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Makes you think, huh? Hunter, is there something you want to tell us? No, nothing.
Anything that happened to you, Hunt? I like how when I don't do the bit the way you want it, like you do the bit yourself and pretend to be me on the other side of it. Is there something you want to tell us about, Hunter?
Nah.
Okay.
Just wondering.
Yeah, were you murdered or perhaps maybe molested by a friend when you were a
How
kid?
crazy would it be if I actually got murdered and you've only ever been talking to a ghost?
That admittedly would be pretty crazy if I was running a podcast with a ghost. Like I've been
with
to
a
your
ghost
house and
host,
met your wife, ghost host, and I get to your house one day. I'm like, I have to go see Hunter, and like your house isn't there, it doesn't exist.
What? Yeah. What? This doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I would be like, that would also lead to a very long chain of other questions. Like, okay, people have watched this show. Are they all also seeing the ghost? Or are all the people a hallucination? And if that's the case,
we need a meme to start.
How late do I have a wife? Do I even exist? Like,
this is where the meme starts, where now people are like, who is Isaiah talking about? What is who is this other person? You're
doing the schmormoo thing right now. Like this is our new bit. This is our new character, our new thing for the show. Okay, and I don't want people to start doing that, so I hope they don't.
All right, we're not doing
it. That.
We're not doing it.
Another reason I didn't mind bringing Whip along was because we planned on putting her into the small hole and see how far into the passage she would go.
Go on,
that
girl.
It's
a 14-year-old Jack Russell Terrier. Go on, Whip. Get in there.
Go get him, Whip. You got just the idea of shoving it like a. I think I've made this joke when we first covered it, but like it's an artillery round, like into the hole, just shut it off, like shoving that dog down in there.
Bark twice if you want to get out. Whining doesn't count, Whip. Bark.
Get in there, Whip. That might give us an idea what's on the other side.
How?
We knew.
The dog was
Go
whining.
on, girl. Tell us. What'd you see in there?
What'd you see in there, Whip? Oh, my God. A vampire's back there. It's a beautiful waterfall, B.
If Whip comes back, that means it's safe. If Whip doesn't come back, that means it's not safe.
Oh, shit. Your 16-year-old Jack Russell Terrier didn't make it out.
Sorry, B.
It couldn't be pinned somewhere, B. Yeah, you're probably right.
We knew that if there were a drop off that we couldn't see, the dog would turn around and come right back out. Sure. Yeah, the dog that is blind in the back.
It wouldn't just Wile E. Coyote off the cliff. Yeah, B walks up, falls off, holds up a sign that says "uh-oh," and just drops.
I like the idea too. That like if Whip doesn't come back, you now have to cut out the rest of that hole really fast.
Yeah, exactly. Well, all right.
We thought we might have to do some work on the hole before even the dog could get through. What a great idea.
Here's a picture
to see Whip. And it looks like a crime scene photo. Just like
Whip almost looks like part goblin here. This looks like a fucking odd creature.
Whip
Very
looks
cute
way
face,
too
though.
eager to be in the cave. Yeah, Whip's a cutie. But just because of the setting around Whip, it looks like you'd see this in documentaries like the last picture ever taken of Whip.
This is the last picture ever taken of a Jack Russell Terrier. I expect something to come around the corner of the rock and grab this tiny dog.
Just like a comedically large bony hand, like pulls it into the darkness.
Yeah, like a dancing skeleton comes around and just grabs Whip and runs away.
Do you remember? Did you watch the Peter Jackson's King Kong movie from 2000 something?
Oh yeah.
You remember that scene when they fall down into the bug canyon?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you remember this is such an obscure reference. Do you remember the giant like cricket claws that rip out of the wall and are yanking people through the holes in the canyon?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that specific of a detail.
I remember being a kid and being terrified by that because it's like these giant like cricket hands, like pinchers, reach through the cave and grab people, and then they rip them through a hole that's like a couple feet wide, right?
I love that movie.
And it's such a good movie. I love it.
Can I tell you a story
Such a
about that
guilty
movie?
pleasure. Yeah, go ahead.
I saw that movie when I was very young in the theater on my birthday, on my actual birthday.
And you got an erection.
No, my mother was with me.
That's you rubbing off on me. Continue.
Okay, my bad. The my mother was with me, and it was the end of the movie when King Kong gets shot, and then you see his face, and he looks really sad, and then he falls to his death. Right? When I tell Isaiah, when I tell you I cried, would be an understatement. I
believe that.
I was bawling in the theater. I mean, like legitimate, like my mom laughs a little bit, and then she's like, "You have your party's in 35, 40 minutes or whatever." Because we went to see the movie and we were gonna go back home, and like all my friends are coming over. Party. Right. This
sounds like an awesome birthday for a kid.
It was very good. My mom was very good with birthdays and stuff, but she was cruel in other ways. But I mean, hysterically crying
in other ways.
And you would think that the credits roll and you can kind of like sniffle it up. You're like, oh, all the way home. I mean, just bawling the entire way home. Couldn't fucking process it. That's why I always say if Peter Jackson ever makes a game, I'm playing it, because even the Lord of the Rings games for PS2 were very good too. Two Towers and Return of the King, very good.
I never played.
Very good. They were very good, very fun. Anyways, that's my story about me crying like a fucking baby.
So anyway, back to what I'm saying.
On my 19th birthday.
I met. Thank you. I could see in the eerie glow a puzzled and intense look on his face. He looked over at me and shook his head. I asked him what was up. He said that he swore he just heard a strange noise emanating from the hole.
No, thank you. No, thank you, sir. Yeah, a strange noise. It's just Electric Avenue playing at the very end of the tunnel. We're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue.
But it's like really vague and like echoey. Like,
yeah.
Like way up the
take
cave,
it higher. Yeah, he's like, Ted, I hear some strange things in this hole.
What's it doing to me? I'm feeling something.
He starts dancing. He starts twerking.
I ain't felt like this since the divorce.
Yeah, that makes me want to get up and gyrate.
I stopped drilling and yanked my earplugs out just in time to hear the most terrible scream I have ever heard trail off and echo into the darkness of the cavern.
Fuck that, dude. Oh my God. You have to imagine too, it probably sounds like one of those fucking Aztec death whistles, whatever. Like
yeah.
Or something like that, you know?
Yeah. Just a massive, massive screech coming from the hole that you're drilling into. And it's so loud that it is louder than a masonry drill bit over
that you heard through your earplugs too.
Yeah. Hey, yo, bring Whip back. We need Whip to check it out.
Whip? Put Whip in the hole. Whip's an anaphylactic shock up on the grass mound up. He can't make it down. He's just turned 18 the other day.
Whip's having a rough go of it. Maybe he should set this one out.
Yeah, just shove him in, fuck it, seal it back up. We'll be all right.
B, I told you, if you ever want your daughter to love you, we're putting Whip in that hole. I remember what the hieroglyphics look like, so I drew a picture to give you an idea of what I saw.
Fuck. God, dude. Fuck that.
My gosh, it's so fun.